morning from the Disney Wish room 7196. We are at the end of our trip, but I have not yet done a room tour. So I'm going to do a room tour now and show you what this accessible room, with its a standard stateroom with veranda, but accessible, what it looks like. So the main part of 7196, got some shelving space, a mirror here, mirror over there. We've got 3 wardrobes, so we've got one here with the old dressing gowns in it. Don't take them, they're not free. Wardrobe number 2, which has shelving space, safe, and a hanging rail that you are able to lower should you need to. That's the bathroom door there. Got the thermostat. It is the warmest cruise room I've ever stayed in. Then going over to the bed, this was a Cinderella themed room. And we've got the shimmering fairy godmother pixie dust. Each side of the bed has a light and a reading lamp here. More emergency call buttons, and then we got on this side the European plug and 2 USB sockets. Got the automatic door switch here, the light control and the alarm, and there is a doorbell to this room too. Got the underbed storage for popping your cases under there. Then we got the first of 2 TVs. Weird thing about the room is there's only one remote control and they're not entirely in sync with each other, so that's a fun game to play. Then over here we've got the desk, excuse my marshmallow goodness treat. Got the stool. We've got the pool area. To be honest, I absolutely hate this. I'd much rather have the standard one with the normal door. Very difficult to actually put any food items in there. Great for drinks, but totally useless if you're putting any food in there. More shelving space. Phone, hairdryer, glasses. That's our cup and our wash bag. And over here we've got the plug for the hairdryer, 2 standard USBs, USA, 1 USB-C, 2 more standard USBs, and another USA plug there. And I think I got over on this side. So I've got 2 standard USB plugs, USB-C, and 2 American plugs there. So here's the other side of the room with the sofa bed and little table, and it has a curtain that comes all the way across. And here's that second TV there. Cinderella artwork. Now I would have said this bed is longer than the one on the other ships, but it's still as rock solid as ever. So it's fine, but don't expect too comfortable a night's sleep on it. And then we also have the pull down bed, which we didn't use. So it does sleep 4 in here. So unfortunately for safety reasons, I am unable to go outside onto the veranda because the ship is refueling. But you can see that the start of the veranda is actually around the corner and it goes this way. We have one door here, which is the normal sliding type door, 2 chairs, and pause here for a second as I go to the other side via a television, because there's the 2 chairs again. It is still going and you can just about make out the white end of the veranda there. With 2 deck chairs, so it's a huge veranda, very wide, plenty of room for wheelchairs to get through, and there is a ramp into it, both up. It's hard to see from the carpet, but this is ramped up and then ramped back down. So now we are in the bathroom, and as I mentioned before, This is our last day, last morning, hence it's not in its pristine condition. We've got the toilet, which has what we've coined the power flush. You do have to close the lid before you flush. It's a safety thing because it like, do you know what? I'm going to demonstrate. You get the idea, that it is crazy flush. Plenty of towel racks and storage space on the side here. Loads of space either side. We've got bin, we kept spare toilet roll there as well. Tissue area, a nice area under the sink, so if you are using a wheelchair you can actually push right up to the sink as well. And we had hand soap. We did have a standard bar of soap as well. Body lotion. And then this is the shower, so it is a wet room. It's not like the split bathroom in the other standard rooms, in this accessible room. Oh, I should point out as well, you can have the emergency pull cord and alarms activating 1, 2, 2 hooks here. So yeah, the shower, it is, ooh, we moved. It is a wet room. What we noticed though is compared to the other ships, this wet room does not get as wet. The drainage system worked really, really effectively. So in the other ones, they often have to put towels down around the outside, and the whole floor got wet. This one, not a problem. We've got the H2O toiletries, obviously, if you're watching this after 2022, this probably isn't H2O anymore. Lower shower head that you can pull down and fully adjust down to, I mean, on me it's probably about, oh, I'm terrible at this, 3 foot, 4 foot, something like that. And then we've got the seat as well, which can come down here too. Very nice shower. And the cool thing about the curtain is they've put magnets in the side. So when you close it, like so, it actually stays like sealed. It's great. So were you to be using the bathroom at the same time somewhere else, you could actually do that because they can't see into the shower. Pretty neat. And there are a pile of towels as we come to the end of our stay. So there's also handrails all around to be able to grab. Oh, and a lock if you need it. There we go, that's the bathroom. So this is just to give you one more complete overview of the whole room, because it is a huge room, and there is 7196. Now I do want to address something further while we're talking about the accessible room, because and that is the let's start again. That's the accessible nature of this room. Now the room itself is absolutely great. As I said, there's the alarms if you need them. There's the emergency switches, the automatic switches. But this room has a major accessibility issue, and that is the corridor leading up to it. Now, to demonstrate the problem, I'm going to insert a video clip right now. So as you can see, our wheelchair that we were using is a 22-inch wide wheelchair. It is not an excessively wide wheelchair, but it is wider than a standard wheelchair. But what I would say is it is no wider than the wheelchair size that Disney issue if you request a wheelchair while on board the ship. And it cannot fit down the corridors as soon as anything is in the corridor. Sorry about that. It is, the corridor is just an absolute nightmare. It is a long way from the lifts because there's only the 2 lift shafts. We are right at the end of the ship. The carpet is very difficult to wheel things down. We spoke to guest relations. They even admitted that the carpet is impossible to wheel things down. They gave the example of luggage, but you know, when you get on board the ship, there's luggage in the corridor. Every night, the room attendants are cleaning and need their trolleys in the corridor. That's not a criticism of them, that's part of their job, but as soon as those are in there, you cannot get the wheelchair down the corridor. And it hit a point where basically we carried our stuff out of the room for the day, as though we weren't even living on the ship, because it was just such an ordeal to get back to the room. So Disney, you need to sort this out. This is not cool. This ship is not accessible. There are bumps everywhere. There were doors we could go through one way but not the other in the manual chair. My dad had to get out. Thankfully he can get out of his chair, but like, if he couldn't, I don't know how we would have negotiated this ship. It was really, really difficult, and we have not had this problem on the other ships. This is a brand new ship. Disney, this is not cool. Sort it. And that's all I have to say on that. But the room itself was absolutely lovely. As I said, the corridor situation, total nightmare. There we go. So that's room 7196. Bye.